say, kids, what time is it?
Hey there everybody, Keith here from GeekTime TV. Just wanted to quickly talk about this Jurassic World story that dropped yesterday, June the 9th. There's going to be a 5-minute preview exclusively on IMAX screens prior to Fast and Furious F9. This story comes to us from Deadline by Anthony D'Alessandro. Let's just jump in. Universal is going old school in its push of Jurassic World Dominion, and for those interested in seeing a snippet of the last installment, they'll have to head to an IMAX theater starting on the domestic opening weekend of F9 on June 25th in more than 40 countries. This is how big movies were teased in the days before everything went viral on social. Warner Brothers has practiced a similar marketing tactic before the pandemic with a tease of Birds of Prey during the opening weekend of It Chapter 2 in 2019. It goes on to say the 5-minute preview, shown in 190:1 IMAX aspect ratio, includes a prologue to the film's narrative and is set 65 million years ago during the Cretaceous period, when dinosaurs roamed the entire Earth. Infused with Oscar winner Michael Giacchino's score, the clip will reveal what Earth looked like long before humans existed and tell the story of how dinosaur DNA first came to be carried by a mythic mosquito. Of note, 7 new species of dinosaurs created by Industrial Light and Magic are making their Jurassic debut. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I'm into that. As part of our celebration welcoming moviegoers back into this theater, we couldn't think of a more perfect way to say thank you to the hundreds of millions of Jurassic and Fast fans around the world, said Jim Orr, president of domestic theatrical distribution for Universal Pictures. This first look at Jurassic World Dominion that Colin and his team put together, Colin Trevorrow, the writer-director, is like nothing you've ever seen before. Even better, there's simply no more perfect place to experience both the Dominion preview and F9 than on a massive IMAX screen. This really is the ultimate movie fan experience. And Trevorrow says, ever since I was a kid, I have wanted to see dinosaurs in their natural habitat. It may have taken a few decades, but with a little help from ILM, Universal, and Amblin, it has finally happened. This preview is just a glimpse of the film we've made. It's an epic celebration of everything Steven Spielberg and Michael Crichton created, and I can't wait to share it with the world next summer. So it says, he goes on to say, this sequence was made to be seen on the biggest screen possible. Luckily, IMAX theaters are back, and all over the world we're returning to theaters because movies bring us closer together, Trevorrow added. I think we need that shared experience right now, maybe more than we ever have. So that sounds pretty cool. There's also an article here from IGN, also mentioning that it's from 65 million years ago. This is written by Simon Thompson yesterday. It says the first footage from the threequel, a 5-minute extended preview which was screened for a handful of journalists at IMAX headquarters Los Angeles, showcases as a 2-part narrative. The 5-minute preview will be screened in theaters before IMAX screenings of F9. Now, here's the thing with this one. If you don't want to know what this 5-minute scene contains, shut the video off right now. If you don't mind, there's some mild spoilers in here because this is one of the journalists who clearly has seen the scene. He goes on to say, the first part is an origin story, utilizing vast landscapes, a plethora of dinos, and harnessing the primal nature of the prehistoric era, the emphasis on context. The intimacy of a bug landing on the leg of a dinosaur is juxtaposed by the majesty of a herd bathing in a lake as a winged creature swoops in to feast on a carcass. A fight between 2 apex predators inevitably plays like a western as they circle and face off, ultimately ending with the grisly demise of a T-Rex. As her pupils dilate, she becomes the feeding ground for a bug that imbibes a sample of blood. The sequence comes from early on in the movie. We know who killed her now, enthused Jurassic World Dominion director Colin Trevorrow. Hopefully people will want some revenge. Fast forward 65 million years, and audiences are faced with a T-Rex being chased by a helicopter through a forest as she heads for a packed drive-in movie theater, showing a double bill of American Graffiti, awesome, and Flash Gordon. Okay, cheese. Should audiences read anything into that? Trevorrow says, it just felt like a double feature that I'd want to go see, said the filmmaker, who was talking to press via Zoom. Jurassic World series star Bryce Dallas Howard's dad is in one of them, so I guess it's a little tip to Ron Howard. I saw that drive-in is the kind of places that I went to growing up. They were in Mendocino, the area that American Graffiti was set, and that also connects it to Skywalker Ranch, where we mixed the movie. It connected the whole thing to Northern California. Going on to the synopsis, chaos ensues on a grand scale as people run for cover. The T-Rex kicks over cars, wreaking havoc against the backdrop of a movie screen as couples are making out and friends and families are hanging out, accompanied by a soundtrack of screams and the dino's trademark roar, which is now iconic. Audiences are then treated to a brief glimpse of other prehistoric titans creating mayhem elsewhere. Trevorrow confirms this chaos is global. To a certain extent, yes, the filmmaker explained, although it seems there are no dinosaurs in the streets with tanks or anything. We're creating a world in which dinosaurs exist in the same way that animals do now, which is that if you go too deep into the forest, you may be in danger of invading their territory and you can get hurt. I didn't want to anthropomorphize them. I didn't want to turn them into anything other than natural animals that they are. I mean, dinosaurs were real. Missing from the footage is the film's cast, including Chris Pratt and Dallas Bryce Howard. While that may come as a surprise or perhaps a disappointment to fans, there is a good reason for it. It's not that I actively don't want them around, but we're telling a really big, epic, sprawling story here, the director said. I feel like this was one opportunity to be able to tell the T-Rex's story. She's a character who has been through a lot over these movies and some traumatic experiences. I want kids and adults to be as invested in her and her journey as they are in the humans. She does look a little different this time in the fact that she has proto-feathers. What? No. I understand that we have figured out that dinosaurs were actually feathered like birds and whatnot, but people don't want to see that. It defangs them a little bit. They look a lot less scary covered in feathers. They look like giant toothy chickens. That's just my opinion. I think you should just leave them reptilian. I mean, you already took the Velociraptor. It's really a Deinonychus, so you're not showing the real Velociraptor. You've completely changed the Dilophosaurus. It doesn't spit venom. So, if you're going to already alter dinosaurs, just leave them as reptilian. Jurassic World Dominion also sees the return of original Jurassic Park's Laura Dern, Sam Neill, and Jeff Goldblum, but not how big of a part they will play in the sixth film in the franchise. Trevorrow says, to me, and I've always been this way, I wouldn't put a character from one of the previous movies into the film unless they had a reason to be there. This was the first time I felt we had a story that would justify their presence in the film because they would not just call each other up and go on an adventure. We had to come up with a reason. Trevorrow also confirmed there will be surprises, but I don't know if it's going to be about who's in it. The director confirmed that the visual effects on the film are nearing completion, and he's had the film cut for some time, adding that it was really nice not to have to rush to make a 2021 release date. It's allowed us to be a little bit more deliberate and thoughtful and not feel the constant pressure, he added. It gives us a chance to show it to friends, other filmmakers, and fans, to talk to them and figure out if there's anything they need out of this and what we're not giving them. Well, I got to tell you, I, for one, cannot wait for this movie. I'm a fan of the franchise, and I know the original is really the only quote-unquote solid film in the series, but as someone who loves giant monsters and who grew up just adoring dinosaurs, I don't care what the plot is. I mean, Fallen Kingdom, as bad as it was, is still eye candy to me. Dinosaurs chasing and eating people is awesome. What I do say, though, is please get rid of these hybrid dinosaurs. I don't find the Indominus Rex, and even worse, that Indoraptor, interesting whatsoever. So, interested to hear what you guys think of this. It's 365 days from today. It'll be June 10th, 2022, when this gets released in wide release. And I will be planted but firmly in seat for that. So leave a comment below, smash the like if you enjoyed this, and we will catch you soon. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up below. Also, please subscribe to GeekTime TV. It really helps us grow the channel. And make sure you hit that bell icon in order to receive notifications every time we drop new content here. You can also check us out on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at GeekTimeNet. Thanks again for watching. We will see you soon.
Say, kids, what time is that?